natural resources and
Yeah, natural resources. Yes, we keep talking about natural resources. So then we said natural resources, they are any material that we could use or any natural material that we could use make our life easier. And then we classify the natural resources into two categories. Who can remind me? What?
renewable and non-renewable.
Good, renewable and non-renewable resources. And who can tell me what the difference between renewable and non-renewable resources? Just raise your hand. Yes, Hannah Hamdi.
Renewable is, for example, it's stuff like trees and like fresh water.
Yeah,
Like
so that means they could be replaced in the rate as the rate we consume. So always they are found. Yes or no?
yes,
Yes. Okay. So what about non-renewable resources? Yes, Maya?
it's a resource that forms at a rate that is much slower than the rate it's consumed.
Yeah, good. Okay. So they are resources that could they can be replaced, but in very slow rate compared to the rate of combustion consumption. That mean we use it more than it's replaced. So one time it will run out, or they will not finish, and we can't find them. So that's lead us, or that's as we most of the kind of the sources of energy or most resources that we use are non-renewable. That lead us to an idea, which is three. We should do what?
Reduce and recycle.
Yes, we must conserve the natural resources. We try to save these natural resources. We try to somehow decrease our usages. We try to keep it clean, and we try to, okay, searching for renewable resource and so on. So last time we talked about that conserving the natural resources, and we stopped, okay, at the part that although the renewable resources which is already available and it will be available, we must try to protect it from pollution, okay, to ensure that they will be ready for using all the time. For example, rivers, Nile, rivers, sorry, lakes and ponds. So like this resource of water must be clean, not polluted, to be able to use it. Also, we said that the non-renewable resources that we could use, okay, whatever any different forms of energy, we must try to keep it, okay. And as we watched in video last time, this song, and we said it depends on you. You could, or any one of us must find the responsibility that try to save these resources to be available for the next generations. Okay, so then we stopped at three R's. Okay, who can tell me what are the three R's? Do you remember? Yes, Judy.
Recycle, reuse, reduce.
Excellent. So reduce, reuse, recycle. Three are related R's. Okay. So actually they are related, and in the same time they consider to be a results for each other. So reduce, reuse, and recycle. We said we should reduce the usage of natural resources. Reuse, if there is a resource that can be used more than one time, it would be okay. And recycle. So who can tell me what mean by recycling, guys? Suppose that you made a research about this. What mean by recycle? Yeah, so other people. Yes, Kinsey.
Recycle that material that we use it again, like the animal, the cans we use it again from
Okay, so good.
something like
Good.
process it, covering available in used materials.
Okay, yes, Fadia.
Using it wisely يعني
Re
using it again.
yes, using it again. Okay, so good. What else? Okay, use one. In other words,
It's the process of like converting waste materials into
good.
new materials and new objects.
Brilliant. That's the idea. That means the materials that are already used or the resources that are already used and that are gonna turn to be a waste or a scrap that you're gonna throw it, you will not use again. So if we are able to reuse them or just somehow remanufacture them to be or to be reused one more time, that's very good, and we'll call this recycle. So the idea here, why recycle is considered important. Imagine why recycle that's considered to be important, or how gonna help to save the natural resources, guys. Yes, Nanu.
Um,
بس-
it reduces the consumption of fresh raw materials,
Yes,
thereby
Good, excellent.
reducing energy usage, air pollution, and water pollution.
All these is brilliant. Okay, so here we said, guys, simply recycling is very important because it will reduce the rate of consumption of the natural resource. What does it mean? In example, if we imagine that we to make papers, we of course cut trees because we both make papers from the water of the trees and so on like that. So for example, if we need to make a million paper, okay, so we are gonna cut about 50 trees, for example, or something like this. So like this, if we consume the million paper and just throw them as scrap or waste after using them, so we are gonna need to cut another 10 trees or whatever to make another million paper. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, so like that, every time we cut 10 trees just to get our need of papers. But imagine if the reused paper is somehow gonna be recycled. That means I could get this paper, start to cut them into pieces, make them start to make a dough from them, then we start to put them in plates and then cut them again, so recycle them to make new papers. So in that case, okay, this million scrap paper could be recycled to just produce about
Master,
800.
your voice is lagging.
You can hear me like this now?
Okay.
Okay, so again, we said that imagine that this million, okay, scrap paper or waste, if I could recycle them just to make a new 800,000 paper, so in that case, I get most of my need from recycled paper. Just I will cut one or two tree to just get the other 200,000 papers. You get this, guys? That means
Yes.
instead of cutting 10 each time, I'm just gonna cut one or two, or maybe at certain level, may I know I will not cut. So in that case, I save the trees, I save the natural resource. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So here, like this, recycling reduce the usage or reduce the consumption of natural resources. Okay. Also, recycling helps to save energy. Anyone have an idea how recycling helps to save energy? Yes, Reem?
Um, for example, the aluminum can, when we recycle it, it takes less energy than making a new one.
Yes, good. Do you know Pepsi can and something like this, which we use in our daily life? We keep throwing them. Actually, you could observe there are now factories and a lot of industries depend on recycling. So you find they collect these cans one more time to recycle. Why they recycle? Because actually the cost as a money, because of the energy which is needed to recycle one can, okay, is less than energy required to just build one from the beginning or from zero, just making new one, okay, from zero. It requires a lot of energy, okay, compared to recycling one. So like this, that's better to recycle because it saves energy. So like this, we save another natural resource, okay, that we could use it in other purposes or something like that. So here, like this, recycling is very important, okay, because it clearly appears that it reduces that. Do you know nowadays almost the plastic bottles, okay, they try to make it a recycle because not all material they could be recycled. Some kinds of plastic bottles they are not recycled. They cannot be recycled just for one usage only, okay? But others that could be recycled, how could you know that the bottle that you have is recycled or not? Actually, you're gonna find there is numbers written at the bottom of your bottle. If the plastic carry number from 1 to 2, it means it could be recycled. If the number is not more than 2, so actually it's not recycled or it cannot be recycled. Also, sometimes you find the draw 3 arrows, okay, like a triangle, okay, that means this material is recyclable, that means it could be recycled and so on. So it's better once you try to throw your garbage or your scrap, okay, try to classify them, put papers and cartoon and things in separate, okay, bin or separate trash, okay, while plastic and metals they are in another trash, so that would be easier, okay, for the people they collect this garbage to get the material that could be recycled. Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
So let's watch this video, okay? This video will clarify the idea more for you. So here,
No.
do you have any question? I hope that song, okay, be effective with you, okay? Just go green and live, make the earth green, okay? So try always to think about that. Don't you consume a lot of resources that you doesn't need. Okay, don't waste a lot of them. Okay, try to reduce, reuse, and recycle, and that will be better for you and for us and for everyone. So, like this, we finished our section. So, any hard question or something is not clear?
No, thank you.
Everything is good.
Yes.
So your homework will be the section review. Okay, so you're supposed to answer the section review, and we're gonna just check it to more inshallah with each other. And don't forget, okay, the deadline of your project is 17. That means next Sunday. So it become too close. So please, please,
Mister,
please, don't forget to send the link before the due date. Yes, Nanu.
Mister,
Yes.
how some people already send
Yes, I know the people they send their links. I already saw it. I watched it. Okay, but I just needed to gain people who send
مش
the
البروجكت.
what the send the
homework.
the homework. Okay, yes, I know that some people okay send the homework earlier. No problem. We're gonna check it together inshallah tomorrow. Okay. So regarding to the part of the project, some people send the link okay already on the private WhatsApp. Okay, no, we need to send it on the group. So the people who send it on the private, please resend them in the group just to gather all the links and start to discuss it next week inshallah. Okay. So any other question, guys? Do you want to ask about anything?
No, Mister, I sent it to last night.
Okay, no problem. I know. So you don't have any question or anything is not clear?
No, thank you.
No, thank
Thank you, guys. Thank you. See you next time. Thank you. Goodbye.